Can we just have a quick conversation about fighters? It's happened recently. It's happened a couple of times recently, and I'd already forgotten about Sonny Edwards. But that's such a good point. So you've got Sonny Edwards who said, "Look, my heart isn't in the game because of this, that, and the other." We covered it in the other podcast, and then you've got Tank coming out saying that he can see a life without boxing after 2025. Do you think that this could set a bit of a trend and make other people realise that you don't actually have to stay in the game until you're in your late 30s and you're going out on your shield, losing your last couple of fights? Once you've made your money and your heart's not in it, it doesn't matter if you go. Like, could this send the right message to people?
I hope it does. There's a movement outside of boxing where people recognize that mental health is health as well. That's not just about physical health. These boxers, sure, they may balloon up in weight between fights, but when they show up in training camp or when they train, when they're there on fight night, they're at peak physical health. But where is that support structure to take care of their mental health? There have been fighters who struggled during their careers. There have been fighters who struggled after their careers. There have been many people who've gotten into legal issues, who've had various problems. And so why not take care of yourself, whether that is getting out before you physically deteriorate? You look at when Joe Calzaghe or when Lennox Lewis retired, or taking care of your mental health. Tank is, to me, the second biggest star in the United States right now after Canelo Alvarez. He can earn big money in every fight. So the fact that he is willing to step aside and focus on his mental health and give up some paydays, to me, is huge. I don't think that this retirement is permanent. I don't think this is going to be like Andre Ward realizing that he's done everything that he wants to do and getting out and never coming back for some of the fights that people wanted to see. I think that this could be Tank going into therapy, working on himself, and realizing, counter to what he's thinking, that he's not going to be changing himself for the worse. He's going to be changing himself for the better. When I first went into therapy many, many years ago, I was worried that that was going to change who I was fundamentally. And it's not that. It's about making a better version of yourself. It's about learning how to constructively channel or deal with these bad moments. And so if Tank is concerned that, one, his anger that he channels into boxing is also something that is a negative force in his personal life, which it is, that removing that would get rid of his boxing. I don't know about that. I think that he would learn how to deal with that anger in his personal life and still be able to find a way to summon that for his fights. So I think that we will see him back, but I do know that he would also be giving up some paychecks that may actually end up building bigger paychecks. If you think about what the retirements of Sugar Ray Leonard, the retirements, I'm putting in air quotes here, the retirements of Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather Jr., the way that they were able to come back. But all in all, I think that this is a net positive. And to answer your question in a roundabout way, I hope that other people do this. That said, other people aren't earning the money that Tank Davis does and might not be as comfortable stepping away and giving up some of those paydays.
Well, he's 30 years old, is Gervonta Davis, and he's worth an absolute fortune. But I mean, how much is enough money? I guess that's the question, and I guess it's always down to the person, isn't it? And the kind of the people around them. But I think you're right. I don't think it's going to be a permanent retirement. I can imagine he might step away for 2 years, maybe 3 years, come back and have a couple of whopping great fights, fill up some stadiums, and earn even more money than you could ever imagine. And then maybe we'll see a permanent retirement.